Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and we're back in Dark Souls 2 finishing that Fists Only run that I started last weekend. If you haven't watched part 1, I would go do that right now before you continue. But anyway, we're on to Alana already. There really isn't much to say about this boss though, so don't worry. Just kill any things she spawns as fast as humanly possible, and it makes the fight 10 times easier. Luckily, she only started to summon Velstadt at the end, but I was able to take him down. Moving on. Now moving on to Sin. Sin wasn't too challenging. He was, he did take me like an hour practicing to actually figure out his moveset, but after that, it was pretty easy to punch him down. Especially because I didn't have to worry about the durability of my weapons running out, because I'm using my fists as a weapon. But yeah, it's real. I don't really like how he spews toxic fire. I feel like that's just kind of annoying. But luckily this time I didn't get procced with toxic. I almost did right there, but narrowly avoided that. But for that, moving on. On to some of the bosses I missed, which is the Rune Sentinel, which I slowed this one down because I just 4-tapped each of them, and so otherwise it literally would have been 5 seconds long. But yeah, no, as you can see, the Rune Sentinels were not supposed to be beaten this late in the game. Anyway, moving on. On to the Belfry Gargoyles. They were not too challenging. I was able to just kind of wail on them and 3-tap them because they have no health this late in the game. I switched instead of having two-handed because I wanted to make sure I could actually hit them, but as soon as I realized, because I thought they were a lot smaller, but I guess not. But yeah, no, I clobbered all of them. These bosses were not meant to be fought this late in the game, so they're just too easy. Anyway, moving on. Back to 4 times speed, because I don't think we're missing much here. But yeah, no. This fight was not too difficult, and yeah, there really isn't a whole lot to say about this. It's just an awful fight that they shouldn't have had in the game. Well, honestly, the boss isn't so bad. I just don't know why they had to have the 4 wolves with poison, which it just makes no sense to me. But you know, the boss went down to 15. So this is also a boss I probably should have just gotten on my way over, but I just didn't want to bother. But it did break some stuff at the end, so did that. But moving on. Now moving on to the Gang Squad, which I once again first try. Never fought this boss before, but it's literally just run around the arena, and then as soon as one kind of gets ahead of the group, just try to get a couple swings in on them and then run off. That's basically what I did. I aimed for the person with the bow first, because then I would just stop getting shot at, and I could just run around freely. And I was able to get them down fairly soon. This fight took forever, because it was literally just me sprinting around the room. But I guess I don't really know what to do at the time. This fight's just so uneventful. And I like to show the whole fight so people don't think I just whip out another weapon and just wail on whatever. But I mean, yeah, we really are in here for 3 minutes. This is really gonna pack the video. But yeah. But honestly, probably next weekend I might do something different other than Dark Souls. But I know last time I did that I got 8 views, so. But I still wanna play something different. I don't really know what I'm gonna play, but it's gonna be something different, because honestly, I mean, this run wasn't bad, but it was just also kind of annoying. Well, it was Dark Souls 2. Honestly, I'd probably go back to. Honestly, I should do a Dark Souls 3 run. I might do that. So next video is either just gonna be something random, or a Dark Souls 3 video. But I don't know. It's gonna be something fire. But moving on. Now on to King Vendrick. He was just very tanky as usual, but I mean, he really wasn't too difficult in the end. It was just kind of a lot of running. Yeah, a lot of the more lengthy fights are gonna be in this video, because I just kind of forgot about them, because the last time I've beaten this game other than this run was probably about a year or 2 ago. So, yeah, it wasn't too hard. Literally just like stand kind of like behind him on his left leg, and you can just wail on him, and he'll just like, it's pretty easy. But yeah, moving on. Honestly, in hindsight, I probably should have fought Ancient Dragon first for the last Giant Soul, and then fought Vendrick, so I'd have an easier time there, but that really doesn't matter. It's not too hard to kill this guy anyway, if you just, like, stand in his toe, and we just dodge and leave. But yeah, it's not too hard to kill this guy. This is actually one of the faster fights, because I could just, like, constantly attack him. But yeah, moving on. On to one of my least favorite bosses, this one. I just feel like the hitboxes on this boss are kind of awful sometimes, but I mean, that's kind of this whole game. And yeah, then don't get me started on the duo fight of this guy, basically. That's the main reason I didn't bother going back for it. But yeah, this fight wasn't too hard. Moving on. I went ahead and freed all the knights, so I didn't have to fight the old Chaos Lord, or whatever his name is, Old Iron King. No, that's the other guy. You know who I'm talking about, Old Ivory King, that guy. But yeah, I got them all, so I didn't have to fight him alone. Moving on. Alright guys, on to the longest fight of the video by far, because there's like a whole like intro sequence of fighting all of the Burnt Ivory Knights, and as you can see I basically have a full set of their armor by this point in the like, if I would have got the helmet I would have had the full set, and I mean the armor ain't bad, so that wasn't too bad having to... This took me quite a while to kill him. I just hate they have to do this intro sequence every time. I wish there was a way to just skip it. Like, you do this, like, battle once, and then you're good. But, I mean, yeah, because it's just like, yeah, look, I'm getting jumped. Because they don't target. Like, half the time they don't target the other knights. They just target me, which is insane, but... yeah, moving on to the actual fight with the boss. I still had one knight remaining, which was good, but I don't think he lasts very long, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I was mainly just hoping he'd attack the knight so I could like get some extra damage in, but knight goes down just about a little bit ago. But from there, honestly, I low-key like do enough damage to like beat him up. Because he has some pretty long windows where he sits there, so I can get in like 2 swings sometimes, but yeah, no, this guy wasn't too difficult. I even break his stance there for a second. But yeah, no. And Burnt Ivory King goes down. Moving on. I'm gonna be 100% here. Fume Knight is probably one of my favorite fights in this game, by far. Definitely top 3. It could be first, because there's not very many good bosses in this game. And 2 of them are in this DLC, and it's Fume Knight, and then the final boss of the video, Sir Alon. But yeah, no, this guy, he took me quite a while. I honestly had more trouble with his moveset than Alon's, because I like a faster moveset. I don't like a slow moveset where he puts his arms up, waves his sword around for a little bit, and then he'll like finally swing it. Like half the Elden Ring bosses, but yeah. But honestly, second phase wasn't too hard. You just kind of had to, like that slam attack, it took me a little bit to learn how to dodge that, but yeah, no, he was not too hard as soon as you kind of got down to dodging and all that. But it was definitely a lot harder to get a hit in second phase, because it felt like every time I got a good hit in, he'd just do, like, either that big sweep he just did, or that, like, slam attack that he does. But yeah, no, I broke his stance there, and that basically killed him, and then I somehow hit him there, but yeah, I killed him. Moving on. This was supposed to be a practice run, because I had a summon in here, but I just wasn't paying attention to the health bar the whole time. Because I was kind of just like, because I was kind of struggling with his moveset for a minute, and I hated that run back. And so I just, because earlier he buffed like almost immediately, so I thought that happened again just with a teammate in there. So yeah, I didn't really mean to kill him here. But I really don't care. It's Smelter Demon. Yeah. Moving on. Now to end off the video on Surlon. Honestly, his fight wasn't too difficult. It did take me a little while to remember how to do his moveset, but he was pretty, this was my favorite fight, honestly. Like, at least this time around, because it helps to fight him with a fast weapon, and because fists are a fast weapon, you can definitely take him down a lot easier than you normally would be able to. But yeah, no, he's fairly... But I mean, I definitely like his moveset. And I don't know, there really isn't much to say about this fight, but it's definitely one of the best ones in Dark Souls 2, because you compare this to like the Last Giant, or I mean, Pursuer's kind of good, but like Vendrick's kind of bad. The final bosses are bad, and then yeah, once again, I wasn't able to get all DX. That would require a new save file, and I just couldn't bother. But yeah, no, this was definitely my longest fight of the video, that's for sure. But yeah, no, this was a good fight. And honestly, if you're looking for a fairly easy challenge, I would recommend doing this, because it was actually pretty easy, you know, as soon as you get the Vanquisher seal. But I mean, if you don't have cheat engine, that would take a while to get, so I understand why most people don't do this. But I just couldn't be bothered to farm for it. But yeah, no. And I'm sorry I made this a two-parter, but it's just I had a video for last weekend I was gonna upload, but the files got corrupted, and then I had that footage already, and so I decided just to make a part 1 and then just do this part 2. But yeah, no, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys did enjoy the video. And if you did, maybe drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.